back to my channel. I know I have been gone forever, but this is gonna be like Marina 2.0. I have a new background, and it's not gonna stay this way. I have these lovely ladies in here with me today just because of the story that I'm going to be telling. But I like this much better. I feel a lot more collected and calm about all of this now. So, let's just start over. I'll leave my old crappy videos up just in case anybody wants to see those. And for now, we'll just go with this. So today I'm here because I would like to tell you about something that happened with this the other day. As a lot of you may know, for a while now I've been using the SPIRITBOX. And this is something that I saw probably on Ghost Adventures forever ago. I remember actually seeing them use it, and I was like, no way. There is no way that that's actually spirits talking. And it is. Gosh, it's so amazing to hear what comes through this. It's crazy. It blows my mind every single time. And I get to share a few of those little smidgets of stuff that I have caught today with you. So this happened a couple days ago. My aunt came over, and I'm sorry if it looks like my eyes are looking this way. I don't know. I can't look right at the camera. It makes me feel weird. We'll just look there. So my aunt came over the other day, and she brought her daughter, who, she's done this with us a few times, but I don't think that she's ever really heard anything really good that really validates for her that this is actually spirits talking. So they came over and we did a session. It was a really long session. It was probably about 40 minutes. And we didn't really get a whole lot. They were coming through, they were talking, but they weren't really answering any of our questions or really anything that was very direct. And this was 40 minutes of this. So about halfway through the session, as you all know, I own a Ouija board. And I've used this a few times. I've never had any bad experiences from it. Other people have. My aunt says that she felt like she was burnt one time. A lot of people are really afraid of them. They think that they're dangerous. And there's really nothing dangerous about this. I've said this before. There's nothing dangerous about this piece of wood. What is dangerous is when you go into this and you don't protect yourself and you treat it as a joke, then, you know, some spirits may get offended and some bad things may happen. Truly evil spirits, in my opinion, are actually a lot more rare than people think. That's what I believe. I don't think that every time you get on this board, something evil is going to come through. Some people think that's true. I just don't think so. So my cousin decided that she wanted to try to use the Ouija board. She had never used one before. Now her mother, my aunt, and I, we've used this quite a few times. And again, I have never had a bad experience. I've never had a bad feeling. There's never been any, you know, dark, heavy energy while using the board. She thinks otherwise. She believes that she was burnt. And I did see she had a red mark on her arm. Do I have 100% proof that that came from using this? Absolutely not. That's just her account of what happened. But my cousin decided that she wanted to use the board. And at first, my aunt was kind of hesitant. You know, my cousin just turned 18 not too long ago, in December actually. And, you know, she's an adult now, but that's still her mama's baby. So, you know, she was a little hesitant at first, and she was saying, you know, things like, are you sure that you want to do this? Are you sure you want to open yourself up to this? Blah, 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 that type of thing. And she said, yes, she very much wanted to use it. So normally, whenever I do a session on the board, I will get some sage, Palo Santo, something like that, and I will cleanse the board. I'll say prayers. I have my little amethyst stone for protection. I'll pray to Archangel Michael for protection and stuff like that. This day, all I really did was, normally when I say these prayers, I say them out loud. And this time I just kind of said it in my head, which I've heard is just as good. You know, there's not really any difference. They'll hear you the same way. There's a wasp in here. There's a wasp in here. I'll be right back. There's a wasp in here. Ah, now he's just angry. The wasp is angry now. Did you get him? Okay, the wasp is gone. Now, I forget where I was. Normally when I say the prayers, I say them out loud, but I've heard it's fine to say them in your head as long as you mean it, you have intent, all of that. So, I used Palo Santo on the board, is what I did, and I said the prayer in my head, completely meant it, I promise you, I meant it. And we set the board on a little table over here, and we started to use it. I left my spirit box on while we were using the board because, you know, it'd be so cool if we were using the board and it was spelling something and then it came through on the box and said the same word or something, you know, that'd be so cool. So I left the spirit box on while we were doing the board, and it wasn't really doing a whole lot. We didn't really get any words or anything like that. It went to the sun a couple of times, which, in my opinion, what I believe the sun means is just like with tarot. The sun is all of the light things in life, you know, the more positive side of life, and then the moon is all of, you know, the darker things in life, the more negative side. So I believe that if something moves the planchette to the sun on the Ouija board, that it is telling us, you know, good things, you know, or that they are good, something like that. I went to the sun a couple times, and this was with me, my aunt, and my cousin, all had our hands on the planchette. We were all using the board. So mostly what it was doing was it was just kind of moving around in circles. It kind of, this always happens when we use the board. I've never heard if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really believe in every single rule of the Ouija board that people say, but we had our fingers on the planchette, and it always does this, and it spins, and it kind of twists our arms up around each other and stuff like that. And we'll be like, oh, can we please stop twisting? And then it'll be like, woo, and it'll straighten out, and then it twists the other way. And I always took it as like something, you know, playing with us, like a joke or something. I didn't really think it was anything bad. I don't know. So it was doing things like that. It was spinning in circles, little things like that. It didn't really spell out anything. We asked it to, and it just wouldn't. So, side note here, my whole thought process with the Ouija board is it's difficult because you never know. There is no way of knowing if it's the spirits that are moving or if it's someone that you're using the board with moving the planchette. Now, I've heard that there is this rule you're not supposed to use a board by yourself. Now, I know that that's not true because there is a wonderful woman that I watch on YouTube, Karen Dahmer, I believe her name is. This channel is made up of her and this other woman. They do the videos together, and they call themselves the Women of Ouija, and they're so positive and so beautiful, and I just love that channel. But they use the board by themselves to communicate with their spirit guides, which is why I got this in the first place. Because I would like to use it to get messages from my spirit guides. That's what they use it for, and I believe that the Ouija board can be a very, very positive thing if you know how and you learn properly. They were packing up and getting ready to leave. We didn't really get anything on the Ouija board. Nothing was really working out, and so they were packing up and they were getting ready to leave, and I said, you know what, in my head, I'm thinking, I just want to see. I just want to see. So I sat down at the table by myself. They were standing on the other side of the room. I sat down at the table with the board. I put my hands on it, and I just wanted to try it by myself, just to see. The box is still on at this point, and I'm asking someone to come through and use the board with me. Now, these ladies right here that I completely forgot to introduce you to, This is Ariel, and this is Sylvia. They, supposedly, I got them both from eBay, and they are both said to have spiritual attachments. Sylvia was the first one that I got. I actually saw her in a Loey Lane video. I love her. You need to go check her out. She's amazing. She was doing a video about haunted dolls. Now, she's had a haunted doll before, and her name was Ava. She didn't really have a whole lot of experiences with her. But she was just kind of reporting on the most haunted dolls on eBay. And in her video was little Sylvia. And she was said to be the spirit of a 6-year-old little girl. And very sweet, very playful, definitely not evil, nothing like that. I saw her in the video, and as soon as I saw her picture, I was immediately just focused on this doll. And I've heard that if that happens, then usually it means that you're meant to have that object. Not just with dolls, but any object with spiritual attachments. So I immediately went to eBay and started looking into her, and I saw that she had been taken down. It looked like someone had won her in an auction. And my crazy self, and I would never do this. I would never do this for anything else. I don't know why I did this, but I messaged the seller of her, and I said, hey, I saw your doll Sylvia in a video on YouTube, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. I see that she's been sold. If she, however, somehow makes her way back to you and you would like to sell her again, please contact me. I would love to have her. So some time went by, and I got a message back, and the person who owned her was saying, oh, actually she didn't sell. If you would like to have her, I can put her up for a buy it now price, and then you can buy her. And so I did, and I was so excited. Oh my gosh, the whole time this doll was on its way. I had the tracker notifications on. Every time this doll moved from one facility to the next across the country, I was on it, like every step of the way. And she finally got here, and she was actually sent to my aunt's house, same aunt from our story, and she brought her to me, and I have just been in love with her ever since. Now, after I got her, it was only, gosh, maybe just a couple days after I got her, I was looking on eBay again for vessels again, and I stumbled across Ariel. Now, she is said to be a big sister spirit. I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be or anything like that, but I thought, okay, I have this vessel with a 6-year-old little girl. Why not a big sister? That sounds great. So I got her, and she has been absolutely amazing. Sylvia and Ariel both come through on the spirit box. Sylvia's voice is very quiet, and it's small, and it's so cute to hear her. She does not come through very often. Ariel, on the other hand, comes through every single time. Every time I get on there, I say, where's Ariel? And then she says hello, and it's the same voice every time. It's amazing. But back to our main story. The reason I had to say all that is because when I sat down to use the board, the first thing that I said is that I really need to speak with Ariel. And I wanted to speak with her because I wanted her to be the spirit that was on the other side of the board with me to teach me how to use this. So I have the session right here. All of these little words down here are the words that they said, and I've deciphered them and everything. So I'm going to be looking at this for a couple seconds so I can tell you what was said, and I will also insert the audio clips as needed. Okay, so the first thing that I said was I really need to speak with Ariel. And now most of these I did not hear in real time. If I did hear them in real time, I will tell you, but if I don't say I heard this at the time, then that means that I did not hear it at the time. So I say I really need to speak with Ariel, and I heard in real time someone say no. What they were actually saying was no point. And I'm not sure what that means, but they said no. And right as that was coming through, I thought, well, you know what? Anybody will do. That's okay. It doesn't have to be her. Anybody will do. When I said actually anybody will do, I did not hear this at the time, but they had said no board, Marina. And they say my name all the time. I hear it all the time. They say my aunt's name. They said my cousin's names, both of them actually. But they said no board, Marina. And I didn't hear that, so obviously I kept asking. I said, is there anyone here who knows how to use the board? Because as far as I know, they would need to learn how to use the board. You know, it's not like, I don't think that you just become a spirit one day and then know how to get messages through on a spirit box or know how to use a Ouija board. So I asked if anyone knew how to use the board. And I got 2 responses from 2 different voices. The first being me, which I get me all the time. And then I also got a yes. And then right after that, I haven't even said anything else yet. Right after that, a female voice comes through and says, why? So I said, well, I would just like to learn how to use the board. If somebody would get on the other end and answer my questions and help me practice, then I would like to use it. And then, at the time, all I heard was the word protection. It was a female's voice, and she said protection, and it was so insanely clear. It was so clear. Sometimes, if they don't have enough energy, or I'm sure other circumstances, and it's a long sentence, one spirit will say each word of the sentence to make up the whole sentence. So if they were saying, hi, how are you? Then one spirit would say, hi, and then another would say, how or how are, and then another would say, you, or something like that. If they needed to do that, that's what they would do. So what was actually said, and this has got to be the clearest, longest sentence that I have ever gotten. And I haven't been doing this very long. It's only been a couple months that I have had the spirit box. But this just completely blew me away. What was said was, no, Marina, and then there was a pause. First, protection. And oh my God, when I heard that, oh my gosh, I about died. It was amazing. I don't know what spirits that it was that said that, but it was so, that protection at the time, it was so insanely clear. It was just amazing. So all I heard at the time was protection, and immediately after I heard the word protection and it was so clear, I freaked out. Oh my God, thank you. That was so clear. Thank you, thank you, thank you for saying that, blah, blah, blah. And then someone said, you're welcome. It's kind of funny sometimes. After that, someone came through that, I don't know, it sounds to me like he will hurt me. And then after that, there was a second voice that says something that sounds like he got him, maybe. If you hear something different, please let me know. Comment down below and tell me what you're hearing for any of these. But it sounds like he got him to me. After that, again, I wasn't hearing any of this at the time. I didn't hear any of this until I hooked the recorder up to my computer and went back and listened to all of it. There was a very evil voice, and it sounds to me like it's saying the word angry. After that, I got, again, the word anger. And then, I got the word hurt. And then, either it will or he will. And then after that, I said something about the board again. Getting back to the board, I was saying, well, someone used the board with me. And as I was saying that, someone said, no. And then after that, a male voice came through and said, you need to stop.
Will somebody use this board with me?
Then I got a man's voice saying something that I couldn't make out, and then a second voice saying what I think sounds like very evil. And after that, I believe that I was done trying with the board, and I just let it go. And ever since I have heard that, I have been trying to decide whether or not I'm going to use the board again. To me, I don't know. This could be a couple different things. This could be them warning me that I need to not use the board because something bad could be trying to come through and get to me somehow. Or it could just be them saying, just like they said, first protection. So, considering that this time that I used the board, I did not do everything that I normally would to protect myself, I think that might be what it is. I think they were warning me that if I'm going to use this board, then I need to use protection, protect myself first. It makes perfect sense, of course. I just think what this really tells me, out of all of that, that tells me that these spirits were not evil. They were not bad. They were not trying to hurt me, and I still don't think that they are. They were trying to protect me. They were telling me not to use this board. Don't use it. Protect yourself. That's what they were saying to me, which makes me feel really good. This is probably going to sound kind of funny, but after speaking with these spirits for however long, you know, and talking, getting the same voices coming through almost every time and stuff like that, you really start to develop a relationship with them, just like you would with any other person who's alive. That's how I feel about them. I feel, you know, I care about them. I feel love towards some of them, especially these two. And, you know, I don't see how people can take something that I'm experiencing, something very positive. I'm having so much fun with this and learning so much about the afterlife, and with all the research that I'm doing, I'm learning about spirits and demons and all of these things. The demons, that's not so much something that I focus on, and nor is it something that I want to, but I'm learning so much and I'm really enjoying it, and I don't see how someone or anyone can turn something that I'm experiencing and loving so much to be something so negative and bad and evil and all of this. I don't think that these spirits that I was talking to this day when this happened, they were not evil. They were just not. Like, they were warning me and trying to protect me. Now, why would they do that if they were evil? That makes no sense. But anyway, so after I heard all of that, I immediately freaked out, and this was the first story that I wanted to tell you when I got back on here and started filming again, because it's so significant to me. It just makes me so happy that there were spirits that actually cared enough to warn me and try to stop me from doing something that could have ended badly. But there you go, that's my story. I very much hope that you're enjoying the background, and my videos, I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go from here. I'm sure I'll still do some makeup stuff if you like. I can pick back up on the Ipsy unboxings if somebody would like to see that. I can do spirit box sessions. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I would like to do maybe a live video, a live spirit box session where I can ask questions that you all have and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. Just let me know. Comment on the Facebook group and let me know what you'd like to see, or you can comment down below here and let me know what you'd like to see. And thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit the little bell, and I will see you in the next one.